Hi guys, welcome back to Behind the Beauty podcast. It's Easter weekend, so we are taking a week off from actual interviews, but I wanted to come on here and wish everybody a wonderful Easter. If you celebrate Easter, a wonderful spring. I hope you guys are having a wonderful spring break if you are on spring break or coming up upon spring break. And I also want to thank you guys for listening to Behind the Beauty podcast here, either on YouTube or on iTunes, Google Play, Libsyn, Podbeam, whatever podcast listening device you choose to listen to. And it just means a lot for you guys to have supported me through this new endeavor. It's definitely like something different and something new that we've been trying to figure out. So obviously you can see we've made some improvements since season 1 and season 2. We're a lot more organized. We actually have some good mics and recording devices, and we've been filming all of the interviews for you guys to watch over on our YouTube channel, Behind the Beauty Podcast on YouTube. I will have that linked in the show notes if you guys are not watching on YouTube. But essentially, I got some questions about how we record the sound. So a lot of you guys mentioned that you either listen to only one headphone or you listen to it on headphones, and it's weird because each person is on a separate speaker or separate ear. Now, when we record it, that's not what we're actually doing. It ends up being that way depending on your listening device and how you have the settings. So when I edit those videos, I make it stereo. So it should be going through both ears, but because of some of the processing and the way we have to record it on separate mics, otherwise if we recorded it on one mic, you guys would really not like it. So if that's an issue, definitely check your settings on your listening device, because that is a easy fix from that end. And as far as how we record, we kind of have to record separately on different mics. Otherwise, it becomes kind of like you won't be able to hear one person versus the other. So we're still figuring everything out. I'm sure there's better ways we could be recording, and we will look into it, but bear with us because it is completely a new platform that we've never really, we literally were like, let's do this, and have been Googling and trying to figure it all out. So thank you for your patience. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can definitely find us on Instagram. Hubs is in charge of that Instagram account. It's at behind.the.beauty.podcast on Instagram. And we do have a website that we're working on as well, which is behindthebeautypodcast.com. And just a lot of things are in the works. We have a bunch of exciting guests that we're working on hopefully getting this year. And don't worry, we do take your recommendations. I know a lot of you guys want Anastasia on here from Anastasia Beverly Hills. We will definitely work on that. I feel like this year, like the first year, people were kind of like, we don't want to be on your podcast. And then because they didn't know what it was about. And now that we have kind of like a groundwork of how things are, and a lot of brands enjoyed being on the podcast and definitely felt like they were able to tell their stories, which is what the whole point is. More brands are more willing to do it. And I just think as we grow, as the audience grows, as you guys recommend people and reach out to the brands, because we reach out to the brands, but honestly, like with the whole Jouer thing, getting Christina on, like I talked to Christina, she's very approachable, but having you guys actually reach out to her saying, hey, we want you on Serein's podcast, it did help push that situation, because I reached out as well, but definitely that helped that podcast happen. So thank you for those of you guys who took the extra step and messaged the brands that you wanted on, because we do take into consideration everybody you want on, and we do email them and message them. Sometimes we get a response, sometimes we get a no, and sometimes we don't get a response. So if you really want somebody, let us know. We'll do our job, but it does help when you guys let them know that you want to hear their stories. So yeah, I just want to thank you guys. This has been a really great community and a great outlet. And like always, everything that I do is just my opinion or the brand's opinion or whoever the guest is opinion. This isn't like this is the only way. This is just what we're having a conversation. We're having a discussion. It's two people sitting down and just talking and chatting about beauty and the industry. And really just like chatting. So take everything with a grain of salt. Take everything that I say like as just a friend's advice and opinion, and we're allowed to have difference in opinions. I don't believe everything that every brand comes on here and says, and my opinion changes after learning more or trying different things. So just remember that it's an open discussion, and I hope you guys enjoy the next week's episode. I get to interview Charlie from Jane Cosmetics. Oh, no, sorry. I am going to be talking about the organic pharmacy and what a homeopath does, and kind of my experience with talking with a homeopath and doing a 10-day detox with the organic pharmacy. And then the following week will be Charlie from Jane Cosmetics. And the cool thing about Jane Cosmetics is I used to shop there, or I used to shop Jane Cosmetics in middle school, and I would walk home from middle school to Long's Drugs and buy myself Jane Cosmetics products. And they kind of disappeared for a while, and then they reemerged. So we get to hear the story of how they are rebranding and reemerging. And they do amazing, amazing things for women that I don't think is being talked enough about. So it took me a while to even realize what they were doing. Like, they have their hands in a lot of different foundations and organizations that are doing amazing things to help women get back on their feet, to help teenagers feel better about themselves. And it's a great interview, and I hope you guys enjoy those two coming up next week and the following week. And then of course we will have some more interviews coming up, lined up. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Easter break. I hope you guys have a wonderful spring break, and I will talk to you guys, or I'll see you guys, or hear you guys will hear me next Saturday or Friday. We upload a new podcast episode every Friday at midnight. So Thursday night, midnight, new episode, and on YouTube if you want to watch it Saturday mornings. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.